He runs faster than instant teleportation.
This is what's wrong with fiction today.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna be like, the most powerful thing that you could even possibly... Hey guys, you're watching the MTGeez Spellcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Matt.
And we're back, and we're better than ever, but only by a little.
Just a tiny bit.
Tiny bit, incrementally better.
Sure. So, let's jump into it. The
Matt.
first color that's in the set for Throne of Eldraine, white. And we start off, right off the bat, with what I believe is the best card in white. Acclaimed Contender. I honestly think it is the best card because when you look...
Is it the best card because he's a contender?
No, just the best card. No, honestly, the best card in white because when people say they're playing white, what is the main problem that white has? Card advantage.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Acclaimed Contender, 2 and a white, Human Knight. When Acclaimed Contender enters the battlefield, if you owned another knight, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a knight, aura, equipment, or legendary artifact card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Okay.
I kind of like this stuff. That kind of makes me think of that scout from the Shadows over Innistrad. Where you, when it enters, you reveal human from the top 4, and you put in your hand.
Exactly.
But that was in green, which doesn't really have problems with card advantage.
Exactly, but white has problems with card advantage, and this is a huge solution to that.
Yeah, and it's a very acceptable. Now it's a little bit limited because you can only grab a knight, aura, equipment, or a legendary artifact. But that's not that limited.
It's not that limited because
it's not that hard to build around.
Because practically, a lot of the cards in this set are knights.
I have to say, in draft, I like it. In constructed, I like it.
And with that effect for 3 mana for a 3/3,
yeah, it's
amazing.
You're already getting your money's worth for the body.
It's a fantastic card. I honestly feel that, like I said, I made notes for this. Compared to the other legendary creatures in the white set, this card's effect is better than the legendary. It's better than the other legendary creatures.
And this isn't even a legendary.
In my opinion, yeah, I feel this card should be a legendary. Should be a legendary knight because I would love to have that effect as a commander.
Yeah.
And however, the only problem is if it was a commander, I'd probably want it as a triggered effect because what she does is, if she was a commander, is a lower effect, is a downsized version of General Tazri, which is the ally one. Because General Tazri, another white card, but you get to search your deck for any ally you want rather than drawing the 5 and hoping you get what you need. But again, if you're playing commander,
I just like this. I just like this in the 99 too, just as a solid early turn body and kind of refill.
Yeah, but it's a solid card. I mean, 3 for 3/3 is already it's already good.
Yeah, and also I like it for constructed too because if you run multiples of these, they can get each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And you can start off a chain if you have enough mana.
Yeah, right. I have 9 mana burning a hole in my pocket. Actually, my favorite part is the equipment. I think.
The equipment, that's fantastic.
I like that the best.
Of course you would. I know. I already know what you're thinking about.
Yeah, I think I have to get this set.
It's SRAM.
Yeah. Good SRAM include.
Okay.
All right.
So we're gonna move on to All That Glitters. 1 and a white. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact and/or enchantment you control. And this set, Throne of Eldraine, is very enchantment and artifact heavy. Yeah. So this is another fantastic card to the set. Also considering the fact that this is also an enchantment. So as soon as it comes out, the enchanted creature already gets +1/+1 for attaching it with this card for just 2 mana.
I like it.
It's rare and it's uncommon. So it's not gonna be like you're not gonna get it.
I love cards that have seemingly limitless ceiling. Seemingly limitless ceiling. That's
no. There's always a ceiling, and that's the amount of cards.
So the floor on this card is the floor on this card is it's 2 mana for a 1/1 aura, which wouldn't be great. But once you have like another equipment or aura or two, in fact, not even equipment or aura, it's artifact or enchantment. So that's pretty broad. You could easily give your creature like 3/3 or 4/4 for 2 mana.
Considering the way that this set is made, you're definitely going to be getting at least 2.
Yeah, and there's food. So like
Exactly,
all that glitters,
yeah.
like you have like a bunch of food. Here you go. Here's an extra 5/5 for 2 mana.
And there's food, and there are food generators. Okay, let's keep moving. There's not much to say there.
Yep.
Archon of Absolution, 3 and a white, flying, protection from white. Creatures can't attack you or a planeswalker you control unless their controller pays 1 for each of those creatures. It's a fantastic stall. It's 4 for a 3/2. I normally would say that that's very bad. However, it's the stalling effect, which is a little bit of a draw to it. I can see why it's 4 total mana.
It's funny that they put protection from white on it, because I thought Wizards was getting away from protection.
That's the thing that confuses me.
Yeah, but they included the reminder text, which was kind of one of the problems with protection, was that it was sometimes confusing. There's a lot of... This creature can't be blocked, targeted, dealt damage, enchanted, or equipped by anything white. That's a lot to remember if you don't have, like, perfect memory of protection.
I've even made
everyone makes mistakes with
protection.
People make more mistakes with regenerate, but I'll leave it at that. That's not what I'm about.
Well, we can talk about the most errored effects for
That's another whole podcast.
For a whole thing. Well, next card, Ardent Veil Paladin. Again, 3 and a white for a 2/5 human knight with the effect Adamant. And we've talked about Adamant before.
Adamant.
If at least 3 white mana was spent to cast this spell, Ardent Veil Paladin enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. So for 4 total mana, you could be getting a 3/6.
3/6. Not thrilled about it.
It's very basic. It's very bare bones. It's not... I mean, it's great, fantastic, great blocker, but that's about it.
I feel like I wish there was just one more a keyword ability on here, like vigilance or something, just to make it like worth it.
I hear
all that
you.
Toughness, you're gonna put it out, and then
I hear you on vigilance. As we keep going, you'll see why this probably doesn't have vigilance.
Okay.
Let's move on to Ardent Veil Tactician. A 1 for a 1 white. That's the mana. 2/3 flying instant adventure. Tap up to 2 target creatures. The adventure cost, by the way, is 1 and a white. This is very basic. There's not much to say about it other than the fact that it's a human knight, so you can get all effects that trigger with knights he works with, but he's very basic.
Well, I like Dizzying Swoop. Tap up to 2 target creatures. That's an effect I've seen before for that rate. Usually you have that effect plus an upside. But, so it's cool that you can play it and then you have the ability later to get a 2/3 flyer for 3, which is, again, kind of the going rate for that type of body.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Nice card.
Next card, Bartered Cow, 3 and a white. When Bartered Cow dies or when you discard it, create a food token. Literally, that's all it is.
Yeah, so you get a 3/3 body, but if it dies, you get a food token, which I guess that's how you use cows. Oh god, that's so insensitive.
Yeah, but for 4 mana...
If we have any cows listening, I didn't mean that.
But for 4 mana, I'm not really liking it, because to get everything, because you got to remember, to get the 3 life off of the food token, you got to tap another 2.
Or if you discard this.
Oh, I didn't think
so that's
kind of
cool. If you're just going to discard this for something, that's cool.
That's
so
actually you're right. I didn't think about that.
Depending on what else is in the set that makes you discard, because I still couldn't see this making too much of a splash outside of limited. But neat.
I love this card. The next card, Beloved Princess. White. That's all you pay. 1 white singular mana. Lifelink. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater for a 1/1.
Alright.
Fantastic.
That's kind of cool.
It's fantastic in Commander.
I've seen 1/1 white lifelinkers before, and it can't be blocked by big, strong creatures. So.
And it's a human noble. I mean, like, I just like the fact that it's lifelink and the whole fact that it's a princess, so a giant's not going to touch her.
I think, yeah. And I just like the much flavor is in this set. Like
it's so good.
These cards didn't even have to be good, and I would still enjoy them.
That's all there's really to say about that. Next card, Charming Prince, 1 and a white, Human Noble, 2/2. It's a fantastic card because its effect, when Charming Prince enters the battlefield, choose 1. Scry 2, or you gain 3 life, or exile another target creature you own, return it to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next end step.
And it specifically says card you own, so you can't like take control of something, exile it, and then get it back to your field permanently. So it's being very fair about that.
Yeah.
I like the flexibility. And it's a bear, 2/2 for 2, and then you have 3 different really nice options. You can flicker something, you can gain some life, you can scry 2. And scry 2 is like, you may as well say draw a card, because you're digging 2 down, and if they're both lands, you're like, I'm good on lands, just bottom them.
Yeah, just bottom them.
Yep.
You're basically saving
up
your next
2 turns. You could save yourself 2 turns.
You're setting up your next turn is basically what you're doing.
Yeah.
So, next card.
The Circle of Loyalty.
4 white. So 6 mana total for a legendary artifact. I love this card. Okay, so the spell costs 1 less for each knight you control. Again, this is a knight heavy, human knight and noble heavy color, white.
Oh yeah. Indeed.
Creatures you control get +1/+1.
I already like it.
Whenever you cast...
well, not for 6, but continue.
Whenever you cast a legendary spell, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance.
Aww, that's cool.
Also, tap 3 and a white, tap the legendary artifact, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance.
That's cool. I like it. First off, best case scenario, if you have 4 knights...
It only costs 2.
It's only white to play.
It's only white.
And then from there on out, play legendary spells, get more knights. If you have 4 mana, make more knights. Yeah.
And all your knights are buffed.
You're buffing all your knights. Yep.
And this works in tandem with all that glitters.
Yeah, in case you want to have a nice night, then
nice night.
Then play Circle of Loyalty.
Next card, Deafening Silence. It's 1 singular white mana. Enchantment, each player can't cast more than 1 non-creature spell each turn. This is stalled to its biggest
yeah. It's
amount.
Basically, it's mini Rule of Law.
Yeah. I hate it.
you don't like it. Yeah.
Let me
we're not usually the ones to stall. We're not usually ones to tax players. But...
I'll put it like if I get it, it's going in the combo deck.
Yeah.
Other than that though, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
It's an interesting card. It's doing something I haven't seen before.
Yeah, the art of it's fantastic though.
Yeah, the art's cool.
Next card, Fairy Godmother.
Fairy Guide Mother.
Oh shoot. Maybe because they can't put Godmother, maybe? I don't know. Set 1 singular white mana. It is an adventure. Sorcery speed. Gift of the Fae? Yeah. White. 1 and a white. Target creature gets +2/+1 and gains flying until end of turn. You could actually just get this card out for 3 mana total.
Yeah, you can go Gift of the Fae first. And then you pay 1 more white for a 1/1 flyer. Yeah, I like the flexibility that they're doing with these adventures.
Yeah, it's a common. It's a 1/1 with flying. For the low mana cost and for what it does, it's fine.
It's really, unless people find like an interesting combo to take advantage of these, which I haven't done any I haven't looking into that. I don't know what you would do to take advantage of this, but otherwise it's just good in draft environment.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's
just good for those small decisions, those small advantages that you can get out by having the flexibility of, do I just need a 1/1 flyer, or do I need to give an existing creature flying to kind of turn the tide and get me ahead on this race?
The only problem that I see with it is the fact that it's sorcery speed, so that Gift of the Fae can't be used as a combat trick.
No, but since you're giving it flying, you would really do it before your attack anyway.
True.
Because you just don't want it to get blocked, so you just go, okay, it's flying, you don't have a flyer.
I'm hitting you for 2. I'm hitting you for like a 3/4.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, next one, Flutterfox. 1 and a white. Creature Fox. As long as you control an artifact or an enchantment, Flutterfox is flying for a 2/2. 2 for a 2 2?
It's a fox bear.
Yeah,
2/2 for 2. Yeah,
with flying.
And it can have flying.
And again, like I've been saying for this set, it's most likely going to have flying because it's the fact that it's an enchantment or an artifact.
Yeah. And because even if you throw this down on 2 and then play some kind of an artifact on 3, boom, you got a 2/2 flyer for 2, so you got a little deal on that.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yep.
Next card, Fortifying Provisions. 2 and a white. Enchantment. Creatures you control get +0/+1. When Fortifying Provisions enters the battlefield, create a food token.
Okay, cool.
What is it? It's good berries.
It's good berries, yeah. So I've seen this before. You know, creatures you control get +1 toughness, and so the unique thing here is making the food token. So which is kind of nice because we've seen some cards already that benefit from having an enchantment or an artifact on the field, and this does that thing.
Yeah, and and the creatures you can control get +0/+1. I mean, it's good as a standalone card.
Yeah.
This is going in my wall deck.
Yeah, that actually would make sense in your wall deck.
Yeah, because it's an enchantment. It just doesn't affect one creature. It's all of them. Moving on, Giant Killer, Plains, one singular Plains, human peasant. For a human peasant. However, it's an instant speed adventure for 2 and a white. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Giant Killer. It's called Chop Down because it's basically Jack and the Beanstalk. And how he kills the giant climbing down when he chops down the beanstalk.
Right. Yeah,
you actually see a giant
awesome.
falling
you see a
down
giant
in the
in
back.
The artwork, yeah.
He also even has a tap effect, which is 1 and a white, tap target creature.
Yeah, so that's already kind of cool.
This card has a lot of flexibility.
Yeah.
You have an instant speed destroy, an instant speed single target destroy creature destroy card. I mean effect.
Yeah.
He's one singular mana to get out for a 2 mana tap effect. This is fantastic. And he's a 1/2.
There's I just wish that, like, it feels backwards because you do the instant first and destroy a creature with 4 or greater power.
Mm-hmm.
And then later you can make a creature that taps creatures. So the creature that was a problem is gone now. What are you going to tap down? So
here's the thing that you're lowering
and if you're doing
you're lowering your opponent's fields.
I guess they don't want to make this card too good, but like to get the most out of this card, you'd want to do both halves of it. You want to do the adventure, and you want to play the creature. But to do the adventure, you have to do that first, which would mean that you're waiting for a creature that's power 4 or greater. And then after that, how relevant is a 1/1, is a 1/2 for 1 going to be?
I don't know.
Maybe it's okay.
I think
maybe they
it's
just want
good.
You to choose, you know, like do you want to do this or that?
I find it good because of the flexibility of it.
It is flexible, yeah. That's true, and you know, it could deal with multiple threats. Destroy one, tap the other. Yep.
Exactly. Moving on to Glass Casket. 1 and a white. When Glass Casket enters the battlefield, exile target creature and opponent controls with converted mana cost 3 or less until Glass Casket leaves the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically an artifact down-powered Oblivion Ring.
Yeah,
because it can only target creature cards with converted mana cost 3 or less. I understand why, because it's a glass casket.
Yeah, it's basically like the Sleeping Beauty,
exactly.
Thing.
I'm not the biggest fan of it because there are better cards that you can, like for an extra mana, you can use O-Ring and you can target anything.
Well, yeah, for standard and limited, this makes a lot of sense. And I wouldn't say it's bad and constructed, but
like
it's not doing anything new that you need to run this over something else. But
yeah, let's just move on because there's not much to say about the glass casket though.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
This card I needed your opinion on.
Okay.
Happily Ever After, 2 and a white, enchantment. When Happily Ever After enters the battlefield, each player gains 5 life and draws a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 5 colors among permanents you control, there are 6 or more card types among permanents you control and or cards in your graveyard, and your life total is greater than or equal to your starting life total, you win the game.
Oh man!
Does that mean you need to hit all those for you to win the game, or is it just one of those?
So when it enters, each player gains 5 life and draws a card.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you have to have all of these conditions.
Oh my!
5 colors, 6 card types, higher than starting.
That's
life
ridiculous. It's too much.
So, not really for limited play.
Not at all.
But interesting for constructed. I would totally run this card and try to get that win condition. And that sounds like fun.
And it can work. It can work in Commander very easily.
This is great because I have a new Commander idea that this would be totally perfect for.
What is it? Is it a treasure?
I want to make a group hug deck.
Oh.
So you know how I have braids, which is actually like a true group hug deck, but it actually has been. I've been redoing it so it actually has a win condition that's not mean or anything, but it's funny.
That could be it.
I want to make a 5-color group hug deck, and I'm going to call it Pillow Fight.
Oh, you should.
And I'm going to be giving everybody resources, but also kind of like slowing the game down so it'll just kind of like whack each other. And when this enters, each player gains 5 life and draws a card. So it's like, hey, everyone, let's get some life, draw a card. And I'm going to secretly, like, accidentally win the game, like, without you realizing it. This would be perfect for that. So I would say for constructed, interesting, like, casual decks, awesome.
Commander, it definitely works.
I can't see making this competitive. And I would even just love, like, if I got this card to go off and win with it, to just, like, finish the game by saying, and we all lived happily ever after.
Yeah. That's basically what it is because you're winning by not killing anybody, so it is happily ever after.
We all win, but I win the most.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Next card, Harmonious Archon, 4 white. I happen to really like this card. It's an Archon.
I like it.
It's a 4/5 flying non-Archon creatures you control. Non-Archon creatures have base power and toughness 3/3.
Whoa!
And then when Harmonious Archon enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens.
Whoa!
So basically, you get 2 3/3s out.
I love it. I love the order that we're reading this card, and that it like becomes apparent for like the rest of the table. It's like non-Archon creatures have base power and toughness 3/3, and people are like, oh no, my big creature, it's just a 3/3 now. And then you're like, by the way, I'm gonna make 2 humans. They're 3/3s. It's just like, what?
So first among equals is the card description. Which basically it makes sense because, like you said...
First among equals.
Fudge.
First among equals, yeah. We're equal, but I'm more equal.
Fuck. Basically, though, this just makes it so all Archons keep their base power and toughness. However, all other cards like Giants and stuff like that are now equal among humans.
Very cool build-around card.
Yeah.
For constructed and probably not Commander because you're not gonna build an Archon deck and be like, oh yeah. I mean, maybe you could.
I mean, you probably could.
Sounds like a fun card. I'd mess with it. Sounds kind of pricey, but I feel like there could be a lot of game states where this could be pretty brutal.
I can see it working very well in Standard.
High variance, but fun.
Next card.
Yeah.
Hushbringer, 1 and a white, creature fairy, flying lifelink, 1/2 by the way, flying and lifelink. Creatures entering the battlefield or dying don't cause abilities to trigger.
Oh man,
ETBs are cancelled. Death abilities cancelled.
Yeah, so this is definitely just like a sideboard card. But the thing is, you can kind of mainboard it too if you don't do ETB effects and stuff.
Yeah, or you
just
can
as like a nice, flying lifelinker, and then there's like a decent enough chance that you're gonna shut down some cards.
You rock. You're cancelled.
Yeah, it's not like you're going out of your way. You're making a 1/2 flyer for 2 with flying and lifelink.
Exactly. It's not bad.
Yep.
Next card, Knight of the Keep, 2 white for a creature human knight 3/2.
Okay.
Literally, that's all it is.
Filler, and this set has been mentioning knights, so this is your knight.
Yeah, this is your knight. That's it.
This is your night. This is your special night.
That's it. Next card, Lyndon the Steadfast Queen. White.
Ooh.
Legendary creature, human noble, vigilance, and whenever a white creature you control attacks, you gain 1 life for a 3/3. Legendary creature, so it is commander worthy.
Yes. So,
however, for the
3 with vigilance.
With the effect, I would not make this a commander. Doesn't do enough.
I might mess around with it. I don't expect much from mono white commanders. I'm just kind of like, it's not gonna be that great.
No.
Probably better than 99.
Yeah, definitely.
If you don't really care, you can run it. But
tiny leaders, maybe.
Yes, tiny. There we go. Look at that. See, we don't just play Commander in Modern.
We play all forms of Commander.
Well, we're an equal rights podcast.
Yeah,
equal opportunity.
Lonesome Unicorn. I believe I rated this as what number is that? 21. I rated this bad.
So, Lonesome Unicorn, 4 and a white for a 3/3 unicorn with vigilance. And it also has an adventure. So, you can also play this as Rider in Need, 2 and a white for a sorcery. Create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. Sorry, every time I see white knight, I get triggered. Create a white knight and pay him no mind. Okay, so that's cool. So let's talk about this card.
I said it was bad.
You don't like it.
I don't like it.
So
it's
so this is kind of, remember I mentioned before that I didn't like that one card because you're going against the curve. You're paying 3 for an effect, and then later you're paying 1 for an effect. This is going with the curve. You're paying 3 to make a white knight with vigilance. And then when you get to 5 mana, you make a 3/3 unicorn with vigilance. So, if nothing else, you're on curve. It's not spectacular, but it will do the job.
I don't know. I just feel that it's too much for just a simple 3/3 with vigilance.
I mean, because it doesn't wet my panties, but, you know.
I don't know. I just don't like it.
But, I mean, despite it being a unicorn. Yeah, alright, I'm going too deep into the I'm a little girl. Okay, we're gonna just... Mysterious Pathlighter. 2 and a white for a 2/2 fairy with flying, and each creature you control that has an adventure enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. It doesn't need to have gone on the adventure first. Oh, I love how they word that. It doesn't have to be an adventurer per se. So, your adventure creatures, you can just play them as a creature and they get a counter. That's cool. I like it. It adds further value to your adventures. Creatures. Yep.
Yeah, so it's giving you more of an incentive to play them, which I like. Let's just move on. Yeah. Outflank. Singular white mana, instant speed, outflank deals damage to target attacking or blocking creature equal to the number of creatures you control. Fantastic. Love it. It works in I said that this works practically in every format. For a singular white mana.
Yeah, I've seen this card effect before. It's pretty,
And the fact that it's an instant combat trick. I swing with this person, I block with this big guy, and it takes more damage. Dead.
Yeah, and there's definitely a lot of token generation in this deck with in this color with
exactly.
the knights, so it makes sense.
Next card, Prize Griffin, 4 and a white, so 5 for a 3/4 flying creature.
Yeah, just vanilla,
very bare bones.
Get your high end flyer in there.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Next card, Rally for the Throne, 2 and a white for a instant. Create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens. Added effect, Adamant. If at least 3 white mana was spent to cast a spell, you gain 1 life for each creature you control. So at most you're getting 2.
Yeah, I like it. So even if you're just playing this, as the only thing going on, 3 mana, 2 1/1s, and you get 2 life, and that's just kind of the floor on it.
Yeah, and the way white works with all its knight generation and token generation, you could be getting a lot off of this.
Because this makes me think of Sound the Alarm, and Sound the Alarm is only 2 mana. So for 1 more mana, you basically get all this potential upside.
Yeah, you just gotta remember the Adam.
I might mess around with this card even in like Modern and stuff. Yeah.
No, definitely.
Yep.
Next card, Realm Cloaked Giant, 5 white. So 7 total mana. It's a creature giant. that has a sorcery speed adventure.
Well, it's a giant with vigilance.
It's a giant with vigilance. 7/7.
Yeah, that's giant.
Now, here's the only card that I've seen that has a huge mana cost, but it's worth it because of its adventure, which is Cast Off, which is 3 white to 5. Destroy all non-giant creatures.
Again, this is where I feel like it's backwards. Because it says non-giant creatures, so you'd think, oh, if you were to put this down and then do Cast Off, it won't hit the Realm Cloaked Giant. But you would be doing this before putting down the Realm Cloaked Giant. How many giants are you playing that you need to destroy all non-giants? But fine, that's the way it goes. It just seems like a little bit of a missed opportunity, or a little backwards to me.
I think when you see the other colors, you'll see that it works.
I'll hold out.
Yeah. Righteousness. Next card. It's a singular white mana. Instant target blocking creature gets +7/+7 until end of turn.
Okay, yeah, this is a reprint. I've seen Righteousness before.
Yeah.
I've been trying to make it good, and I never seem to get the chance. But I think in Limited it's better, because Limited is much more swingy, much more about that combat.
I'll definitely get this.
And I mean, Standard is too. I mean, like you have like your white weenies, and you have your aggro and stuff. And this is like a nice way to kind of catch your opponent off guard.
I'll use this in Commander, actually.
I've tried. It never seems to come up.
What do you mean, like the
like,
card itself, or
yeah? I'll show you an example later, but
because I can use that.
I'd like to try.
I can use that in the what's the commander again that I just got? The one that instants or sorceries that target it, you get back at the end phase.
Yes, with Feather, the Redeemed.
Feather. That's a fantastic Feather card.
It's probably good in some niche.
Niche decks, depending on the commander.
I think, other than that, this might be sort of a trap, because you see that +7/+7, you're like, oh man, I'm picking this. Like if you're in a draft, and then later you're like, I never have an opportunity to use this, or I have to like not attack with a creature, and then they like don't attack, or they have flyers.
I would use it in there because I have a lot of things that give the commander vigilance, and every time I swing with it, it's a +7/+7 flying, and then I'll have it
if you're
unlock.
a blocking creature.
Oh, that's
right. Why it's a trap. You think, oh, it's gonna be great. Oh, it's only if you're blocking.
No. I want that then, because I block with Feather, and I use things to keep him alive, and that will not only guarantee that he lives with the +7 health, but also with the +7 attack, meaning the thing he blocks will most likely die too.
I'll say this too: Righteousness could be cool in multi-man as a political tool. Like, hey, I mean, I can help your creature survive, but like, can you help me out later?
Politics.
For a single white mana, and be like, oh yeah, your creature lives, yours dies.
Yeah.
You got rid of a threat, and you made a friend.
Yeah,
so,
you're right.
Pillow fight.
Commander.
Pillow fight's going to... Alright, so next card is...
I love this card.
Shepherd of the Flock. 1 and a white for a 3/1 human peasant. No abilities, but then it has an adventure.
Instant speed adventure.
Instant speed. Usher to Safety is single white for an instant. Return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. Oh, nice. A little bit of protection.
This is a fantastic card. I actually happen to really like this one.
Yeah, I've seen, well, not that it's anything, like, noteworthy, but 2 mana for a 3/1, that's pretty standard in like, limited play and everything. But I like the fact that it also has a little protection effect.
And with his added adventure, it's a very cheap card for a 3/1.
And since this set is using this new adventure mechanic, you can return a creature that has adventure to your hand, so they can reuse the adventure.
Exactly.
Like your giant that destroys all non-giants.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Let's destroy all the non-giants again. Cool card. Next card.
Shining Armor. 1 and a white. Artifact equipment.
I like that. Oh, with Flash! And I think I already see what's going to happen here. When Shining Armor enters the battlefield, attach it to a target knight you control. Goes along with that Flash. Equipped creature gets +0/+2 and has vigilance.
What I was telling you about.
Otherwise, equip 3. Okay. Equip 3 for 2 toughness and vigilance. That's pretty good, especially the Flash. I think that's the big thing.
Next card, Silver Flame Ritual, 3 and a white, sorcery. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Adamant. If at least 3 white mana was spent to cast a spell, creatures you control gain vigilance until end of turn.
So, We mentioned this card in the last episode, but the one thing that I want to say right now, since we're actually on it and discussing it, is one thing that I'm always kind of like meh about is cards that look like you're going to make a big impact. One was like Inspiring Captain. It's a creature that when it enters, you give all your creatures +1/+1 till end of turn. But then the captain itself doesn't attack. So all you're doing is you're spending 4 mana to give a couple of guys +1/+1. It's like, is this even really a push for game? But this card, you're giving all your creatures a 1/1 counter, and then assuming you paid 3 whites, you're also getting Vigilance. So you prevent a crackback.
Yeah, you can.
So it actually, and the counters, they're counters. It's not just a +1/+1 buff till end of turn. They're counters. So that Vigilance actually matters. It's a very well designed card.
Yeah.
So I like
that. Yeah, because you're getting a permanent +1/+1 because it's a counter, and on top of that,
they will block for you.
You could swing out and not worry, as you said, about the crackback because they're all still untapped.
The only thing I like better in this sort of effect is when you get Indestructible, because then you can attack and not worry. But I think Vigilance is probably more relevant because if you give all your guys Indestructible and you're actually worried about crackback because you know you can't win that turn, you attack with them, they're Indestructible. Okay, they're not going to block and kill your guys, but if that's not game, you are now open, so crackback is still a problem. Whereas this, you don't have to worry about crackback.
Basically, you can go all out on a turn, and even if they have something that counters it, you're still fine.
Yeah, I like these sort of push for win or get you to the place where you're about to win. Very cool design.
Yeah, let's move on to the next card, which is Silverflame Squire, 1 and a white for a creature human soldier.
2/1.
He's 2/1.
Yeah. No ability,
but an adventure. But he has an adventure, and I'm noticing a theme that a lot of the cards that don't have an ability have an adventure.
Yeah.
His adventure is on alert, 2 and a 1 for the effect, which is target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Untap it.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen this effect for 1 and a white, but that's all you're getting. This can then be a half bear. Afterwards.
Since it's an instant, you can actually do it.
Use it as a combat trick.
Yeah.
Or you do it on the attack, or you can do it on the defense.
Yeah, like you swing out. Your opponent thinks that they're open. They're going to swing in with a card and like
Actually, this guy is here, and he's going to block you and eat you.
Yeah.
I love that sort of stuff.
We're coming across the next legendary, which is Sir Elin, the Lion's Claw. He's 3 white legendary creature human knight for a 4/4. Not bad. First strike.
Okay.
Even better.
Already kind of nice.
And then whenever Sir Elin, the Lion's Claw, attacks other creatures you control, get +1/+1 until end of turn.
So this actually, for Brawl as commander, seems pretty relevant. Like, that'd be a fun card to build around. I don't know how powerful it would be, but it seems fun.
I think it would just work very well in a... Yeah, I was about to say, it works well in a knight-themed deck.
Yeah.
Okay, so Trapped in the Tower, which is a 1 and a white. Enchantment Aura, enchanted creature with... enchant creature without flying. So it can't have flying. Enchanted creature can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated.
Yeah, it's basically, it's a rest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not even going to go in deep into it. It's very basic.
Not much to say there.
Yeah. Commander, put it on the commander when they come out. If it's on a fly.
Yeah, that sort of stuff is nice. Yeah, lockdown space commander.
Next card, True Love's Kiss. 2 white, instant, exile target artifact or enchantment, draw a card.
Okay, I like this. We've seen plenty of white cards that deal with artifacts and enchantments. Some at instant speed, some at sorcery speed. Now, some of the better ones will be 2-for-1. They'll take care of 2 artifact/enchantments. That's pretty much what you would get for 4. But this is a cantrip. And I think I like that. Maybe more. I could see some places where this would be relevant and constructed.
Is it odd that a white is a artifact and enchantment destructor?
No, it makes sense that it's exile.
Oh, okay.
That's how white deals with artifacts and enchantments. They don't destroy them.
I would say a little. I would assume that this would be a little expensive, but with the added effect of draw a card, Probably on par.
Yeah, that's the going rate. That's pretty fair.
Because it's not destroying. It's exiling. It's out of the game.
It's one of those times where they're not doing anything. It's not a watershed card where it's doing something completely new and like setting a new standard. It's just doing a slightly different version of something that we've seen before, and exactly. I like it. It has its places. Next card,
Venerable Knight, single white mana, human knight. When Venerable Knight dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target knight you control.
And it's a 2/1. It's a 2/1 for 1. Dies for 1.
Yeah. Great and constructed.
Yeah, it's your bread and butter knights. For 1, I like this.
This is definitely going to be a bread and butter knight.
I just like the fact that you could have a couple of these and then some other knights that are kind of your more important. Like this next card, which we'll go into, but you have some knights that you care about, and then you have some venerable knights that are your trade fodder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, let's just move on to the next knight, which
example.
Is Worthy Knight.
This knight is worthy.
He's worthy. He's a 1 and a white for a 2/2, so on par with on par with mana, 2 for 2. Whenever you cast a night spell, create a 1/1 white human creature token.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
So it creates a 1/1 white human creature token, it doesn't make another knight, but it makes more tokens and, use those as blockers. There's some cards that just care about how many creatures you have, so.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then last but not least in this set is Youthful Knight, the last card of the set. 1 and a white for a creature human knight, 2/1, first strike.
Yeah, again,
another bread and butter knight that you use to just fill out your field.
In fact, I would say this is like that fancy bread, like the brown one. What is that?
Pumpernickel bread.
Pumpernickel. This is your pumpernickel knight.
Pumpernickel tastes great.
You're like, ooh, not only is he a bear, but he's a first striking bear.
Toasted pumpernickel with some butter.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so that's it. That's it for
white.
Blue. White. Sorry.
You're going ahead.
That's probably just leave our listeners being like, did I miss an episode? Did they do an entire episode with the mic off?
But yeah, no, that's it for the color white. Again, I'm actually very excited for the set as we come into the other colors. You're probably gonna figure out what colors I like playing more. I'm already getting commander ideas because when we get to the multicolored. There's a couple of cards I'm very excited about.
Yeah, I mean, like, as far as color goes, I really like white, and I like black. I like white by itself, and I like black by itself. I don't want to sound old-fashioned, but I don't think whites and blacks should be together. Sorry, I mean old-school Magic, where it's like you don't really do a lot of multicolored. I don't like to do multicolored white-black. It just doesn't hit what the things I like in white and black do. It's just like a weird... Like, I like Rakdos. Black and red seems cool. Black and blue is cool. Black and white doesn't do it for me. Mardu, it's funny. Mardu comes full circle, and I actually do like white, red, and black together. So white and black are cool if red's there to make it fun.
How do you feel the Woobirds?
It's kind of like white and black are your parents that got divorced, where... Not your parents that got divorced. Matt's parents are fine, everyone. No, it's like yeah, both are. So white and black are like the parents that got divorced. Where like you love them each on their own, but when they get together, they just fight, and you just can't be around for. They both love you on their own, but then if
you have red, white, and black, where red is the
red
child that keeps the family together.
The child that keeps the family together. Oh my god, I love it. Alright, on that note, we're gonna sign out, and next time we're gonna pick up with blue.
We're gonna pick up with blue,
yep.
And blue has some interesting effects and concepts coming up.
Looking forward to that.
Look up to, just look forward to lots and lots of fairies.
Just look up. It's blue. So just look up at the sky, and that's the color we're doing.
Lots of fairies are coming up next.
Alright, stay tuned, fairies. We'll see you in the next one.
No, don't call them fairies.
They're fairies! So he works with himself. You can use one Charming Prince to flicker another and get another scry. Actually, what's the point of that? Just get the scry with the first one. Let's move on.
Yeah.
There's no point.
What?
If you want to annoy your opponent, then you're like, this one's not gonna scry. This one's gonna flicker. This one's gonna scry.
If you want to be
the end of my turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Next card.